gallery again and again and again.
This is Gallatry Season 2, Episode 5, The Fotoplastikon. By Max Black and Adam Arnvard. A Gallatry production, copyright 2015. Music by Purple Planet. Sound effects by Free Sound. Previously.
It's always Marcy down at that self-defense class with that limey soccer coach. Doug?
Thanks, Jenny. And in other news...
For your eyes only, Agent Meanie, Horn of Jericho, beware the seaside.
Anger, frustration, and outrage. Those are just some of the words being used to describe the feelings of Hoboken residents.
Excuse me, what do you want? I received this letter in the post. I was required to report here today. Is this the right place?
Let's have a look at that letter. Mr. Bridges' podcast rehabilitation course for offenders. That's right. Now, go sit over there next to him. You two are new. Mr. Bridger will be ready for you in a minute.
Hello, I'm Max. You're Dave Garn from Depeche Mode, aren't you?
Yeah, well, a Dave Garn anyway.
A Dave Garn?
Let me explain. I collapsed and technically died for about 2 minutes in 1996, but I was resuscitated. There was a bit of a cock-up in the spirit from limbo re-entry process. There are now hundreds of Dave Garns, well, me, all over the place.
Oh, so you're still a musician then?
No, I work down at that Christian temp agency on Halford Street.
Which one?
Personnel Jesus.
So how come you're required to attend Bridges' podcast writing course? What did you do?
Non-payment of death duties. A bit harsh, I thought. And you?
Podcast crimes of an undisclosed nature. It was only a matter of time, I suppose.
Right, you two. Max Black, Dave Garn from Depeche Mode. In you go. Bridger's waiting for you. You'd better listen to him. Bridger won't sign you all off until he's happy with your podcasting. Now move, you dogs.
Two new members of the little club. Take a seat, lads, right? You're here to make amends for your past offences. The mayor has deemed it necessary for you two to pay back society for your crimes. You will learn how to write podcasts under my tutelage. I expect improvement from your past writing efforts, or I will not sign you off, and you will be in my thrall, like my potpourri workhouse. Understand?
Suppose.
Marvellous. Now, introductions. Max Black and Dave Garn from Depeche Mode. Let me introduce you to your no-hoper colleagues. This is the ghost of Pol Pot and Morrissey. These two have been here for a while. Now, you'd better shape up and start writing better, or you will be here forever. Now you should listen to the ghost of Pol Pot, as he is the only one that seems to be responding round here. Marvellous.
Bloody ghost of Pol Pot, teacher's pet.
Shh! Ghost of Pol Pot's alright. He's a vegetarian.
Shut up, Morrissey. 3 million dead Cambodians is murder, not a dead cat.
Black, Morrissey, be quiet, or I'll give you detention. Okay, Dave Garn, you first. What you got?
Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Reach out and touch Wraith.
Rubbish. Max Black, no you.
Let's play snakes and ladders. Doctors and nurses.
Useless. You're all useless except the ghost of Pol Pot. Now, shut up and listen to what he's written this week. Listen and you might just learn something. Right, Ghost of Pol Pot has been created. He's thinking outside the box, unlike the rest of you. You can't write but toffee. Anyway, Ghost of Pol Pot has been working on a cookery podcast. Marvellous. It's about barbecue techniques for vegetarians. In your own time, Ghosty.
Dear comrades, I present the Greenfields. On behalf
following last Thursday's arrest of Hoboken Mayor Peter Camerano on federal corruption charges. Camerano was one of 44 people arrested by the FBI and agents from the IRS Criminal Investigation Division in the largest corruption sting operation in New Jersey history. Camerano, who is out on bail, is accused of accepting $25,000 in cash bribes from an undercover cooperating witness, Monmouth County businessman Solomon Dweck. In addition to Hoboken Council President Dawn Zimmer, Governor John Corzine, who lives in the Mile Square City, as well as City Council members Peter Cunningham, Ravi Bala, Dave Mello, and Beth Mason, have formally called for Mayor Camerano's resignation.
Morning. Morning, Chief. You know the drill. Through the scanner, you know the Mayor's stance on inappropriate smartphone content.
No diggity.
Not again, Chief. Let's see that phone. It's a photo of a mouse. What you got to say for yourself this time, Chief?
It's a suspect. He didn't say cheese, but I knew he was thinking it.
Fair enough. Through you go.
Morning, Chief. She'll be with you in a minute. She's just finishing a call. Where's that young, sexy X-Files Sergeant Shas today? He can investigate my Area 51 any day of the week.
Donna, has Anderson arrived yet? Send him in.
Yes, ma'am.
And Donna, where did you put the truth?
It's out there, ma'am.
Anderson, get in here. I need an update on this Carletto Sway problem. I've been getting more phone calls from the FBI. They want to know who killed the Ramones now, as well as the 10 commuters on the train. Well?
Hey-ho, don't know. But I think I might have a clue. We went to the museum and spoke with Professor Polyphemus about what Prentice was doing there. He'd been researching Independent Jones and the missing ark. It seems like Prentice has stolen some papers from Jones's journal that could indicate where the ark is hidden. We still don't know where Prentice is, mind. We then got a call from the hospital from a doctor looking for Prentice regarding some patient called Jimmy Corby, who Prentice had been treating in a private clinic.
Private clinic? What clinic?
Hey-ho, don't know. But I think we may have a clue. The unconscious patient wrote down a message whilst we were there with Dr. Fotoplastikon, nurse first, and the sister.
Sister?
Fister, ma'am.
What, the nurse?
No, but Chasseur did ask her out for a date, ma'am.
Shut up! What was the message?
She said she'll think about it.
The patient's message, not the sister's, you idiot.
Friday Street, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. I've just had a call coming from the switch. It's the professor for the chief, ma'am.
We'll patch it through, Dana. Anderson, is that you? Over.
Yes, Professor. I've got the mayor with me. Watch what you say. Over.
Never mind that, Anderson. Never mind that. You had another theft from the museum. Bloody Prentice. I've just been going through the stuff for the new exhibition. You know, the Nazi clown porn experience. On ice. And I saw something was missing. You didn't say over. Sorry, over. What's missing, Professor? Over. The Fotoplastikon. I can't keep my eye on everything, you know. Over. Professor, what is a Fotoplastikon exactly?
Over.
Well, it's a Victorian device for viewing history, the past, people's lives, German technology. A huge mahogany machine with 25 stereoscopic viewing stations, weighs about a ton. The mechanism pulls through photographs painted on glass and some information to the viewer, and they see a 3D image from the goggles. Ours was left by a Polish gentleman in 1969. He left it in the museum temporarily for 2 weeks, hoping to pick it up when his business here in Gallatry was over. Over. I heard you the first time. Business? Here? Over? Well, he never returned. We got a court order and the Fotoplastikon now belongs to the town, the museum, and now Prentice has stolen it, along with the Independent Jones stuff. You're the mayor, right? Find my bloody Fotoplastikon, man. It appears that your police officers are more interested in the X-Files and amateur water sports. Over. Thank you, Professor. How the hell did Prentice steal such a large exhibit without you noticing? What the hell do you do down there at the museum? Over. I can't keep my eye on everything, you know. Over. Dismiss. Over and out. Amateur water sports, Anderson. Go and find what the EMF in hell is going on with this Carletto Sway, Friday Street, and this madman's photo what's it?
Plastikon, ma'am.
Well, it's only a bit of rouge for formal occasions.
Anderson, shut up and get going. I want this Project Arc thing sorted. Where the hell is Prentice?
On Friday, Camerano proclaimed his innocence and said he will not resign from the office he has held for less than 1 month. A huge protest is being held outside of Hoboken City Hall at this hour, demanding the mayor's resignation. 2 days after 100 residents protested outside of Camerano's Bloomfield Street home. Earlier today, Hudson News Edition got reaction from some of the city's residents, members of Hoboken Revolt, who expressed shock that the youngest mayor in Hoboken history was refusing to step down.
Sergeant, where the hell are you? Sergeant, what are you listening to? Sorry, sir. Morrissey, sir. It's Morrissey's new podcast, sir. Stop shouting, Sergeant. Morrissey's new show, chasseur. Sergeant, Morrissey's new show, chasseur. Who's he, Chief? Sounds French. Hang on. I'll take off the headphones. I can hear you then. No diggity. Oh, that's better, sir. What did you say, sir? You're supposed to be on duty, Sergeant. Now, what has Morrissey got to say that's more important than me here, chasseur? Sorry, Chief. It's his new travel podcast about his Marxist travels through the West Country, sir. What's it called? Devon knows I'm miserable now. Miserable? Serves him right for letting him in. Now, shall we do some police work now? Is that okay with you, Sergeant? Bloody gladiola. Go on, Sergeant. Start the car. We need to move. Where to, sir? Friday Street, Sergeant. Friday Street. Have you gone the right way, chasseur? Friday Street should be the end of Craven. Yes, Chief. I don't understand it. You seem to, disappeared. Go round again. Streets don't just disappear, you know. It was here a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? We dumped that street beggar Shammy down here, didn't we? Sure, Chief. Let's go round again. No, sir, it's gone. It should be here. The corner with Craven Street. Hang on, chasseur. That old warehouse there. Look, the door is open. Let's go in and have a look. It could be a clue. What's this place? Welcome to Envy. What are all these tanks for? Tanks, sir? You're welcome, chasseur. Where's your torch, Sergeant? There you go. Torch, sir. You're right. Look at the amount of the bondage equipment lying around. Let's have a closer look. Bloody hell, sir. There's bodies everywhere down here. Must be 10 or more. All decapitated. I haven't seen anything like this since we found that headless body in that topless bar on Sesame Street. I remember. Poor old Ernie. Bert got 15 years, didn't he? Look, sir. Well, at least we know where Prentice is now. Look, his head seems to have exploded. Brains and blood everywhere. There are speaker systems at every tank. I wonder what they're listening to. Sir, there's a live one here in this back room. He's still breathing. It seems to be in some kind of trance. His tank is wired up to something. What's that? Hang on, there's a light switch here. Uh-oh, I think you switched it on. What is it? Look, there's stereoscopic viewers on the side. Could this be that Fotoplastikon thingy that the prof was talking about? Let's switch it off, sir. Whoops, I can't stop it now. So this sleeper, who is it? There's a handwritten sign above his tank. Dennison. And he's wired up to the Fotoplastikon thing. What was Prentice up to? What's the art got to do with this machine, I wonder? Don't know, but it can't harm to have a quick peek, sir. Shall I order have a mushroom? What the hell is wrong with you today, chasseur? No, sir. Let's have a look through the viewers and see what it does. Oh, fair enough. Lots of old images moving along every 15 seconds or so. Look, sir, there's a little description of each scene. What's this? A baby on a donkey at Blackpool? I think it's Prentice as a boy, sir. It says here, Prentice Family Holiday, 65. Two Victorian blokes stood outside a building in front of a brass sign. It reads, Stretch and Munchin established the first paranormal investigation agency at the Station Hotel, Gallatry, 1887. Hey, I recognise this one. It's Independent Jones in Egypt. What's this next one? Two men standing outside a bar. It says, Mrs. Corby and Dennison outside Dennison's, 3rd Street, Hoboken, New Jersey, 1955. What? Our sleeper at the hospital, this guy here? How can that be 1955? They're not old enough. This is very, very strange, chasseur. I wonder what this thing does. Is there something to do with Project Arc? Sir, have a look at this. It's a hard drive connected to the machine, sir. It's flashing. Uploading. I think there's a label here, Chief.
What does it say, Sergeant?
Secret. For your eyes only. Galaxy Citizen Photo Database. I wonder what our sleepers Dennison and Corby have got to do with this.
Perhaps the question should be when or where.
Everyone is entitled in America to be innocent until proven guilty, and we're not opining on these charges because that's not our role. What we strongly believe is that he cannot effectively rule the city. All of his decisions, all of his activities will be called into question because of the charges that are hanging over his head, and also because of some of the statements that he's made about the Hispanics and the Italians and the seniors and how they're going to back him no matter what, even if he's indicted. His statements about how he would appoint people to the boards, that he's going to appoint people who are his friends, who are going to behave in the manner in which he wants them to behave. And more importantly, his statements about grinding into powder people who haven't been with him. That's not the inclusive nature that we need to get this city back on track.
I don't see how he can actually run the city with no trust or faith from the community standing behind him. I'm appalled that this happened. I'm amazed that it happened within 20 days of his inauguration, and I think it's a disgrace. I think it's a disgrace to Hoboken, and I think it's a disgrace to Italian Americans, of which I am one. I think this is just perpetuating the horrible stereotype that people have of Italian Americans, especially in the state of New Jersey.
The giraffe's head sat there in the bar.
I can see why Prentice picked you now, Dennison. You really are a bastard.
Thanks. So, Jimmy, you've come over to see me after the Sway incident on the train. We've opened our instructions for Project R. I've fulfilled my obligations. Find Hackensack at all costs. What about you?
We'll see. So what's so important about this giraffe's head, Hackensack, then?
Hang on. Have you got a knife on you? Let's open it up.
There you go. What? Just in case. Insurance. Remember, I'm from Gallantry. Do you remember, Dennison? It's like Vegas. You can pay hookers with chips.
Yeah, but at least in Vegas they use protection during sex.
And a bus shelter ain't protection. You've gone soft, Dennison.
So what have we here? A lot of sawdust. Hello? What's this? It looks like a leather wallet. It's marked Independent Jones. The Ark.
What's in it?
It's some kind of deed. Blimey, it's old. Look! In the year of our Lord 1609, on March the 18th day, the undersigned agree the following. We, the Lenape Indians, agree to sell the land known as Hopogan to Michael Poe, the Dutch East India Company, for the following sum. 80 fathoms of wampum, 20 fathoms of cloth, 12 kettles, 6 guns, 2 blankets, a double kettle, and half a barrel of beer. This sale of land agreement is only legal for 400 years, whereby the Lenape can buy back the land at the original cost and sell to any buyer who is democratically elected, just to make it fair. So there, European dogs. Thanks for the STDs. Signed, the Lenape.
What? So the agreement is overdue? So if we get a democratically elected person, we can buy back the land for a load of wampum and a barrel of beer?
Don't forget the guns, Jimmy.
No problem round here. Don't you see? This is it. We're going to buy back Hoboken for Gallantry. That's what our mission is. That's what Prentice recruited us for.
So, done my bit. Found Hackensack. What about you? What were your instructions again, Jimmy?
For your eyes only. Agent Eney. Bring them together. Find bugles. Well, I guess I need to find bugles then.
What are you going to do? Advertise?
Might do. There's no such thing as bad publicity, you know, Dennison.
Back in Gallantry there was. Do you remember when old Solly was randomly selected as Paedophile of the Year in the paper that time?
Hey, yeah, I remember now. He had that nail gun accident soon afterwards. When they found him nailed to the floor of that warehouse, we could never understand how he got the last nail in.
Tragic. Poor old Solly. That's why you shouldn't publicise it. They reveal themselves, you idiot.
So how the hell am I going to find bugles? What does that even mean, bloody Prentice? Why all the mystery? Why didn't he leave better instructions? Does he think that we could simply find the answer on the back of a bloody milk carton or something?
Well, I found Hackensack reading the paper. Why not give it a try?
Yeah, right. That easy, eh? Go on then, clever Dick. Go and get some milk.
Floyd, go and get the milk carton from the kitchen.
Sure, Denny. What's up?
Jimmy would like a cup of tea. Or something that we're brewing up anyway.
There you go, Denny.
Thanks, Floyd. Well, go on then, have a look, smartass.
Semi-skimmed, there you go, waste of time. Told you.
No, on the other side, you idiot.
Okay. Missing. Legendary Stardust Cowboy. Last seen in Lubbock, Texas a month ago. Believed to be in the New York area. Also goes by the name of Bugles.
Told you to look where you least expected. That's why Prentice picked us. Well, me anyway. He kind of acquired you.
You really are a bastard, Dennison.
Thanks. So, where are you going to look for Bugles then, dickhead?
I'll ignore that Joey Deacon face. Well, if anyone goes missing here in Hoboken, they're either dead, been turned into a realtor, or homeless. I'm going to have a look for Bugles at Hobo Heights.
Eh? Hobo Heights?
Thought you read the papers. That shantytown on the hill above Patterson Plank Road. That's where I would go. Discreet, anonymous, very gallantry. Heroin addiction opens up a new world, Dennison.
So does murder, Jimmy. So does murder. Do you want your knife back?
I also find it appalling that our entire city council has not condemned this behavior, and for me, if you don't condemn it, you're condoning it.
We have a mayor with a fortress mentality, and we have a citizenry that started a spontaneous rally tonight. Hoboken Revolt did not initiate this, we're joining it. And the message is clear, is that Hoboken can't function while he's in office, because when you're arrogant and condescending about the people who live in your town, it's time to take a hike.
Mayor Camerano was elected under the banner of bringing real change to the city, and instead what he has brought is a failure to govern, and he has to step down. We must do what's right for the city, and that has to happen immediately.
The nature of the complaint against him really goes to the heart of his job as mayor, and I feel that every decision...
Well, Jimmy, here goes nothing. Right, let's climb up this hill. What the hell was that? Who's there? I can assure you that I don't find this in the slightest bit amusing. I will report this, you know.
To whom, mate? I run things round here. Get in, lads.
Get your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty aliens.
Who do you think you are, mate? Charlton Heston? Watch him, lads. He might have a gun on him. No, clean. Who are you? What do you want in Hobo Heights?
My name's Corby, Jimmy Corby. I'm looking for a guy called Bugles. He's probably wearing a cowboy hat. I've come a long way to find him. I'm on a mission from God.
There's no God up here, mate. Where do you come from?
Gallatry.
Prove it. Show me your hands, mate. Let him go. He's one of us. Look, no fingerprints. Just like me. Let me introduce myself. I'm Shammy, but in the Ark they call me Mo.
They call me Eenie. I've found Meanie and Miney. My instructions are to find Bugles. What were yours?
For your eyes only, Mo. Tell no one. Exodus. Look after them all. So is it finally happening, mate? These projects aren't happening. I thought it was just a dream.
We think so. I need to find Bugles and then... well, then I don't know what to do, really. Prentice was so vague.
Well, this could be your lucky day, mate. Here's Bugles.
Pleased to meet you. Is he alright? He seems tapped. Why are you so important, Mr. Bugles? Well, that's alright then.
That's not the inclusive nature that we need to get this city back on track.
I don't see how he can actually run the city with no trust or faith from the community standing behind him. I'm appalled that this happened. I'm amazed that it happened within 20 days of his inauguration. And I think it's a disgrace. I think it's a disgrace to Hoboken, and I think it's a disgrace to Italian Americans, of which I am one. I think this is just perpetuating the horrible stereotype that people have of Italian Americans, especially in the state of New Jersey. I also find it appalling that our entire city council has not condemned this behavior, and for me, if you don't condemn it, you're condoning it.
We have a mayor with a fortress mentality, and we have a citizenry that started a spontaneous rally tonight. Hoboken Revolt did not initiate this, we're joining it. And the message is clear, is that Hoboken can't function while he's in office, because when you're arrogant arrogant and condescending about the people who live in your town, it's time to take a hike.
Mayor Camerano was elected under the banner of bringing real change to the city, and instead what he has brought is a failure to govern, and he has to step down. We must do what's right for the city, and that has to happen immediately.
The nature of the complaint against him really goes to the heart of his job as mayor, and I feel that every decision that he makes as mayor is going to be in question, rightly or wrongly. That is the situation that he's under, and I think the community is extremely concerned about this, and I think it's for the best of the community that he make a decision to resign, and I'm saddened to hear that he's deciding for right now not to resign, and I hope that he will reconsider, because again, I think it is in the best interest of Hoboken residents that he make that decision.
So, Chasseur, we better go and get an update for the mayor. Since you've switched on this Fotoplastikon thingy, we've got some explaining to do, Sergeant. Sergeant? Sorry, Chief, I'm listening to Morrissey's new podcast. Hang on, let's put it on in the squad car. So what's so interesting about Morrissey, Chasseur? You normally listen to Mysteries of the Urn and whatnot. It's his autobiography, Chief, and it is a mystery. It's a mystery where he learned to write such rubbish. Listen to this.
Dawn, Salford Street, back alley, misery. No, only the back streets, the pitched roofs of Terrace Prison. Why does no one love me? Salford angst. Where will the love come from in this grey city? My cat loves me. Meat is murder. The only person that truly cares is Tibbles. People eat meat. People eat Tibbles. The only person that loves me. Evil meat eaters are royalists. Kill the Queen. Bourgeois imperialists must die. On behalf of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Kampuchea / Salford and the government of the Democratic Kampuchea and Manchester, I preach. Why do I get acne? Why am I always depressed? This cruel, cruel world. It's time, comrades, for year zero. All you middle-class bourgeoisie, back to the field, start again, because no one loves me. You should all pay. Here in Salford, in my adolescence, the only fields are in books. The books are locked away in libraries. There shall we start the revolution. You and your books, your knowledge is nothing. I will teach you a new way. This is year zero, comrades. People don't love me will die in the fields, in the libraries of oppression. Why? Why can't I get a girlfriend? I am charming after all. Kampuchea, 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 Kampuchea.
See what you mean? It's all that one paragraph. But it's still better than his guide to getting creases out of formal wear. Not heard that one, sir. What's it called? Hang the DJ, Sergeant. Hang the DJ. Right, let's go and see the mayor. We've got some explaining to do.
In addition to Hoboken Council President Dawn Zimmer, Governor John Corzine, who lives in the Mile Square City, as well as City Council members Peter Cunningham, Ravi Bala, Dave Mello, and Beth Mason, have formally called for Mayor Camerano's resignation.
You have been listening to Gallatry, a community-funded local radio station. I'm Adam Aardvark. Max couldn't be around at the end of the show. He often needs to lie down in a darkened room and sort of, well, convalesce. If you enjoyed today's show and want to know more or simply express a simple and not very cogent opinion, then email us at welcometogallatry@gmail.com. You can tell us what you think, although we might already know what you think. Or failing that, if you genuinely have no idea, we can helpfully provide some new ideas that you can call your very own. Ideas that you can share with your friends and family and become a much more interesting and likable person, if only to yourself. This has been a Gallatry Entertainment broadcast recorded in a haunted pub in Gallatry. No, honestly, voices appeared on the recordings that we later had to edit out. I think we got them all, but who's to know for sure? Anyway, Gallatry is performed by Max Black, written and recorded by Max Black and Adam Aardvark, is copyright Gallatry Productions 2015. Thanks for listening. But remember, on your next journey home, Gallantry may be just around the corner.
Coming soon, Episode 6, Christmas Presents.
Why are you so important, Mr. Bugles?
Ready!